Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of TerraTech. And on this episode, we are going to be continuing where we left off. Now, for those of you who may have missed the last episode, what we ended up actually having was a tiny little glitch that kicked us out of the game right as we got back over here to sell. And normally what I was going to do is just kind of show you guys what the going price is on all these items here. And then we were going to end the episode there, and in between this episode and the next one, I was going to sit here and redesign my bot to take into account all the new items that I got. And I figured, I need to show you guys what these items are going for because they have changed the price so many times that some of you out there may not know just how good the money is and why I'm picking all this stuff up. Now, of course, if you have the SCU, you can just go ahead and store all this stuff. And yeah, a lot of these items you could use down the road. As far as the armor goes, I don't think I'm ever going to use any of those pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and sell all of that. And you can see I'm making quite a bit of money off of each and every single one of those to the point where I should be able to buy all the pieces that I could possibly want, at least the ones that I could afford. Now, the girders. The girders are something that I would actually like to play around with a little bit, but the problem with those is I never really have a purpose behind them. They're good to connect blocks together, but in the end, if I'm going to connect blocks together, I usually want the added strength of having something where I can put weapons on top, and you can't do that with those. So there is a downside to them, and I've never really found a good use during my type of bots that I build. I'm not saying there aren't good, builds for them, because they definitely are, but for me, it just never really kind of works out that way. I'm also going to get rid of these lights here. The lights are very cool. I do like them. If I stick them up here on top of these little batteries, if it becomes nighttime here in a few minutes, you guys will be able to see just how bright they are. Now, on a bot, brightness doesn't really come into play unless, of course, you're in like a multiplayer format, and then I think they're going to be even negative because they're going to be attracting people to you. Now, there is no multiplayer in the game just yet as of sorts, but of course, they are going to be adding that in at some time down the road, so you do want to start thinking about how that might be affecting certain aspects of the game eventually. But for now, I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of those. Also, these drills, I've never really created a very efficient melee bot before. I have created a harvester bot that used these melee type weapons, and it seemed to work okay, but in the end, weapons are almost always better. That's not what I wanted to take out there. Let's go ahead and put that right there. I was trying to get this big drill here. I'm trying to make sure I don't take anything down that I don't necessarily want to sell. I know I was going to sell all these little lights here. Now, I'm not worried about the batteries. Those are all going to get switched around at some point, so I want them fully charged right now, and then, of course, I'll put everything back on. But some of these pieces are not repaired, and that's going to be a thing once I get it all built. I want to make sure I have enough bubbles to repair every little thing that we got on here. We got a couple more pieces of armor, so let's go ahead and sell those right over there. And then we got another light over here. I might as well go ahead and sell that so you guys can see how much that's going for. Something I just sold only sold for 99. I don't know what it was. I think maybe it was the lights. Not very good on the price there. Let's go ahead and snag these. We're going to sell these double lights right here too. Again, kind of cool to play around with, but not something I'm really going to use. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. And then these things right here, the Geocore One Scoop Claw. Never even remotely found a reason to use that. Those things are completely worthless to me. If any of you out there know of a scenario where those things actually play a role and actually seem to work fairly decently, let me know, because I would actually like to experiment with them a little bit, or at least know what they're used for. I kind of get the gist of it. They scoop things in, but to where? Like, they don't scoop it in and then like fling it back here in the back where it gets stuck on. They just kind of pick things up and then they fall right back down as soon as you let go. So yeah, I'm not I just don't know what you would use that for in an efficient manner that would make sense to me. But I'm sure there is a purpose out there because it made it into the game, and all these pieces have been tested by people to make sure they are worthy of being in here. So yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a thing at some point. So I'm going to go ahead and move these wheels down here. Now, I could sell these wheels. In fact, let me look really quick and see if I can buy them, because if I can buy them, I will just sell them. Yeah, see, I can buy all of these except for the jaw wheels. So are these the jaw wheels right here? It won't let me see it, huh? Because it's not on my bot. Let's go ahead and attach it to my bot and see. They are the crusher wheels. So I can sell these because I can buy more of them. I just don't want to sell anything that I can't buy more of, because it really, really sucks down the road if I find a use for it. And then I'm like, oh, okay, well, now I don't know what to do with those. So we're going to sell these workaday wheels, right? Let me double check. Jaw wheels, landing gear, workaday wheels. Yes, we can buy more of those. I think, right? Yes. Okay. Because sometimes just having it on here like these doesn't necessarily mean you can buy more of them. We have found them, and that's why they're not grayed out anymore. What are these? Workaday wheels. Okay, those are going to get sold too. And these... Okay, yeah, we can sell those. Now, I do have a lot of wheels down on the bottom, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with them yet. These wheels over here, they can definitely be sold, but then these wheels over here, I kind of want to keep that pattern going so that we run over a hill like we're on. You can see that they can kind of come in handy. Now, later on, once we upgrade to bigger wheels here on the side, we definitely will kind of be getting rid of some of these smaller ones. And then, you know, more and more as we get bigger and bigger, because you just need that extra allowance, that extra weight that these small wheels do not allow you to have. I think I will get rid of the ones here on the side for now. Of course, we could always buy more, so we are losing a little bit in the transaction if we do end up going that route and buying more down the road. But I think we have so much money right now, I can afford to be a little cocky. Another cool thing about having all this money is they integrated an ability into the game that didn't used to be there. And that ability is to allow you to purchase a bot to the equal size and everything that you have on it, even pieces that you're not even allowed to buy, which is kind of a weird little side thing about it that might change at some point. But you can purchase the exact same bot that you have if you die, but you have to have the money on you, so you don't get that choice down the road. That is, I don't know, I like it, but I'm not sure about it because it does seem a little cheaty, as I said before, because you can buy pieces, or you can get pieces that you're not even allowed to buy. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'm not arguing with it because I do like the way it's working right now, but if I was a game programmer, I might be reconsidering what that initially means in the long run. So let's go ahead and put some weapons. Should we go with 3 rows of big guns? I mean, I'm pretty sure I know what your answer out there would be because, you know, you guys love the big weapons. I'm just not sure if there's going to be anything left of the bots that we're fighting when we're done with them. I mean, that's a lot of firepower facing the enemies in one direction. Oh man, I guess we could. Let's see. We got one in the back, one in the back. So this is an extra one over here. Let's go ahead and put that there. I'm kind of curious as what I should put right here in the center. I guess what I could do is I could move one over, and then we can put another one in there like that, I guess. And we'll put this one right up there. Oh my god, look at that, guys. That is nasty. I would not want to go against this bot even remotely. Now, I do have a lot of these turbines. The beauty about the turbines is they can be faced in a lot of different directions, and one of the directions can be facing down to give yourself a little bit of boost to get over that weight allowance. So they don't necessarily have to be at the very bottom. From what I can tell, even having them stacked on each other like this, like these 3 right here are, they are giving you that boost in one direction. Every single one of them is working to the full capacity. So you can have the exact same thing down here in just a different manner, especially hidden. So let's go into build mode real quick. And I was trying to actually avoid build mode, why I had things on there that were being sold, because it does kind of splatter them all over the place at times. Let's see. That's not how I want to put it. So let's, if I drop it right over here, it's going to go flying. Let me go ahead and zoom out a little bit. We'll drop it over here because that's going to set it back to default. If you drop it on the ground, if you've changed the direction of it or it's got changed for it automatically, this will go ahead and set it back to what it should be. So that is the front of that piece right there. So I can go ahead and add another one right next to it. If it will let me, I might have to change this one around manually. Make sure you set it the right way. I have set it many times the wrong way, and it kind of sucks when you do it that way. Actually, that's not going to be a good spot. I'm looking over here on the side, how I have the design going, and yeah, there's not a lot of room in there. So let's get rid of this. Let's put that right over there. So there is a little bit of room on that side. I think that's where we'll put these. So let's go ahead and snag them. We'll put them over here for now. That way we can get to them a little bit easier. And we will stick it in there. And I'm trying not to clog the wheels up too much. And they do need something to stick to. That's not quite where I want it. It is going in the right direction, just not. There we go. And then I got another one right here. Let's go ahead and get that in there. One more. Oh, come on. You guys are going to troll me. Okay, let's go ahead and change the direction manually. So we got 2 in there. And we can do the same thing over here. Actually, we're going to have 3 over here, it looks like. So let's go ahead and change the direction. No, it doesn't seem to want to connect that way. There we go. Hopefully, these are going to work the way I think they're going to work, and they're going to help give us that momentum, because we don't have boosters at the moment, and that really, really sucks. If I had some boosters in here, in fact, I'll look to see if I can buy some before we head out. That gives you that little push that we've been sorely lacking, and has been causing us so many problems just getting over like hurdles, just trying to get out of like the crevasse earlier. I think I actually cut most of that video out because it took me like 8-9 minutes just to get out of that hole that we had dug ourselves into because of all the weight that we had. We just didn't have these big wheels. So like I said before, there's going to be some changes here. This light is still not on, and I think it's nighttime, so let's see. Yeah, it's nighttime right now, so if I turn this down, will that light turn on? I think it is. I don't see it. Let's put it down here. That's weird. Are the lights not working anymore? Maybe it's not dark enough. I'll leave it there for now. We'll see if it actually starts changing up. Now, I do still have the lights here. We'll sell that little thing before we head out. I will put on a battery. Now, it is nighttime, so it's not going to charge up, but I want to see where the shields are. I am going to have to take these things off. I'm going to put all these over here on this one so I can see what I'm working with. Oh my god, and look how damaged those things are. That is nasty. We're going to take these out. I think these are extras as well. Put these over here. I think we're going to need a few more, though, even beyond what we already have. So, we have all of this covered. The wheels just barely actually are covered. Those are good. The front is covered as far as on the bottom. The top piece is not. So, we're going to have to throw some shields in there and repair bubbles. The same thing on this side. No, it's not, actually. This side, what's different? This one is not covering that wheel, is it? So this one is going to have to go back a lot further. There we go. Actually, if I can get it to go all the way back, I think it will still be... Yeah, so that's a lot better. Let's come in here and do the same thing to this side. Actually, let me look at that again. 1, 2... I think we're going to have to move a lot of these pieces that we used to put on there. Same thing over here. These are going to have to go up a little bit more. Okay, so those are covered. Is it covering the wheel? That's the piece that I am the most concerned with, and I don't think it is. So let's bring it down 1. I'd rather have the overlap on the wheel than anything else, because if that wheel is destroyed, I'm out of luck. I don't think I can replace it. That's going to be a lot of weight that we're going to have to take off. Okay, so now that we got that done, let me look up here. Let's get out of build mode so I can see where the light is on the shields. So we need a couple of them over here. I guess right underneath that block. Let me see if I can grab one of these guys, and we'll stick it right. Nope, that's going to have to go up a little bit. See if I can get it in there. There we go. Is that in there? Yeah, that's in there just right. And it is, yeah, it's covering all the weapons on this side. Now, if I can do the exact same thing on the other side, that should cover all the weapons on that side as well. Let's see, we do have a space in there? Yeah, we got a space in there. And this side, let me actually remove this wheel. We'll take this wheel off for now. So I can put a shield in there as well. Let's go ahead and snag one of those. Is it this one? Yeah, that's a shield. Let's go ahead and put that in there. That will, of course, help protect those weapons from getting damaged in the first place. Now, will they save it if I'm going against the big guns, the megaton cannons? Chances are probably not. Those things are so powerful that the ones right there in the front are just going to get smacked the first chance they get. So there's a shield right there. And I believe this is a repair. Yep, that is what we want. So let's go ahead and drag them down here so we can get them a little closer to what we're looking at. We'll zoom in and then we'll move them around. So I believe we put a shield in the front. Now, in case you're wondering what objects they look like as far as these little circles go, look at it as in there's a cross going down it. That is almost like the red cross. It heals people. That is that repair bubble. If you're looking at shields, it's just a circle going around the center of it. And so you can kind of tell the differences just at a glance if you're trying to keep an easy way to remember that. Now, one of my viewers were actually telling me that little trick, and it has worked out really well for me. I can't quite get it in there, though. It doesn't seem to want to go in all the way. Come on. You know what it is this little thing is not set up the exact same way as the other one. So let's see if we can get it in there just so. Nope, it is not high enough up. There we go. And now we can put that one in there. There we go. Is it facing the right way? We will find out. One of you out there will let me know if those are completely and totally off. And I do appreciate it, guys. I really do. Some of those they slip through the cracks. I think it is right, and then it ends up not being right. And this light didn't even work, so that is definitely getting sold over there. Getting me a little bit more money that I might actually be able to use for something useful. Now, my base in here is working rather well now that I have these mobile delivery cannons, and I have 4 of them, which is massive because that's going to let me sell so much faster. I can remove these pieces. So let me go ahead and sell this. I can take these things off. And I don't actually know what happened to those pieces. I moved it and they disappeared. So that is going to be a thing, I guess. I guess if you mess with it while it's in transition, it doesn't like that too much. So I do have some extra pieces in here that we could technically make it a little bit longer if we wanted to. Let's see. We are going to go ahead and do just that if we can. Do I go out further? No, I don't think we will right now. I think I'm going to leave it just like that. In fact, what I could do is move these over here to the side. Give me even more space for that stuff to be picked up in case we run into any more. I think that's going to be good right there. As far as these guys go, I don't know what to do with the base pieces. I wanted to kind of take them with me, but at the same time, I kind of want to leave them here because I think at the start, I am just going to be going out and collecting resources to make money. I don't think I'm going to be collecting resources to make base pieces just yet. Although I guess we could, I don't know. We're going to take them with us. I think we're going to take them with us. So I do need to make some space for that. So I will rearrange this at some point. Let's see. I guess we're going to go ahead and buy some yellow blocks so I can finish up this little inside place right here. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, we're not close enough for it anymore. So let's get out of build mode. Oh, I love the way this thing is moving around now. It is so much easier to get up these hills. It's amazing. I cannot wait to get more of these wheels. But yeah, man, they take so long to get to that stage. Now, I do know we're doing a lot of building episodes lately, and we will on the next episode do a lot more of the fighting, because that's what we're going to be doing. We're trying to level up our Geocore. I've not forgotten our mission. Our mission is to get to the Hawkeye faction as soon as possible. Although some of you out there were actually letting me know that the Hawkeye is in the game. You do have to get to Geocore 4 for that to work. However, oh no, that's not what I wanted to do, is it? That's not lining up right. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, so we're going to leave that there. However, even once you get there, there are no flying pieces in the game yet. I don't know if that's true or not. We're definitely going to find out when we get there. I hope that's not true, because the whole purpose is to get to that faction so we can try some of the flying stuff. And if it turns out it's not in the game, well, I mean, we'll always still have the option of going over and trying it out in the R&D. But some of you out there don't have that option, so it's kind of disappointing for you, and I can definitely understand that. Looking forward to getting to that stage and then just not being able to do it because it's not in there yet. It's just going to take you a little bit longer, a little bit more waiting until it is, because you know eventually it is going to be put in there and you're going to be able to try it out. But until that day happens, yeah, oh man, that would suck so bad. Let's go ahead and put, oh yeah, just shoot that thing way out there. It's completely gone now, guys. I don't know where that thing went. Okay, so that is good. We're going to have to move this over to the inside there. And we're going to get a few more blocks here, because you can see that unknown block. Well, I wasn't trying to buy you, my friend. I'm trying to buy the little regular GSO ones. Let's snag those. We'll finish up off this little row here. if it will go on there just right. Now remember, you do want to have weapons all the way around your body. It may seem pretty excessive on mine to have all these weapons like I do, but man, try going without them, and you'll find out very quickly why I go a little overboard sometimes with weapons on all sides, because they will troll you, and they will troll you hard, guys. You have seen it on my games, you have seen it on others, I'm sure, and it is not a pretty picture. It's not. It's frustrating, man, when it happens. You don't want it to happen again. You're just like, please, leave me alone. Leave the backside, the one side I didn't, concentrate on. That is the side that they will come after you more and more and more as time goes on. And yeah, I absolutely despise these guys when they do it that way. But I can't really blame them, because I would do the exact same thing. Okay, so that's where they have. So I don't. 1, 2. So I don't actually want these. We'll put them up here. I mean, we'll use these things for something. If I can put that back where it's supposed to be. No, I guess not. Where did that come from? Oh my god, where did that come from? Right there? Yeah, there it is. Jeez. Okay, that's what you get when you're not paying attention. You're just grabbing blocks off of the pot. You're gonna run into trouble. Let's put these here. Another one right there. Do they have another one? No, that's pretty much all they got. And I don't want to go over this base piece, mainly for the fact that I want to keep it open so I can see what I'm doing. I also don't want to block it so that, these aren't going down the row like they're supposed to be. I do believe I have a couple of GSO ones. Yeah, so let's go ahead and put those here. Does that cover it? A little bit, but not too much. And it still gives me control over what I'm doing. Same thing on this side. They will still go underneath it, and I can still see over it. I could put some more blocks on it, such as like right here. I think that will still work. Yeah, I think that's still going to work. So I think we're going to go that route. Not as strong or as powerful, but in the end, you don't really need the yellow blocks in this far out. They would have to get through a lot of my pieces. Oh, no. I clicked on the wrong thing. Get that wheel back on there, guys. Oh, well, we'll fix that here in a second. I do like how the menu is transparent, but at times, having that menu transparent can pose some little issues, such as that clicking on things you didn't mean it to be. And that time, it was pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I clicked on the wheel, I can put it back on, and I'm ready to go. But other times, I have taken off pieces that are really deep inside my base, and to put them back on is no easy task. Let's see, how am I going to do this? There needs to be a couple more yellows, doesn't there? Yep. All right, let's get a couple more yellows for the top piece. We want I'm going with singles rather than doubles. Doubles are nice, but it doesn't give me a lot of room for mistakes if I happen to do something a little different on the sides, and I want to kind of fix that. You don't really have that leeway. So let's go ahead and put this here. And we'll do a couple more. Man, it's it's kind of adding up a little bit here and there with these blocks. They're not exactly super cheap. They're not exactly breaking the bank either, but I could see how you might have to go out and harvest quite a bit unless you run into those invaders like we're getting. Okay, so let's see. Do we want to keep going up in that fashion? I think we do. And I can keep that row right here of these stud lasers. Now, I've never done that. I've never put a row of stud lasers this high up, but I think fighting the bots that we're doing would allow me to shoot straight out at a farther, because those will shoot a lot further than most of the other weapons. So if I back up here for a second, you'll be able to see my weapons firing, and you can see those stud lasers go a bit further than all the other ones. They are really, really, really nice ones to have. And I think I'm going to leave them there, because putting them down here on the bottom row is where I usually put them. Unfortunately, putting them down here is not really viable until I can get more of these wheels, especially over here in the back where I really, really need them. That is not that is not down where it needs to be. Okay, so that's going to be an issue. I don't know how we're going to get that to stay down there. It wants to go up. I guess what I could do is snag one of these, put it down there, if it's going to make me do it the hard way, and put that on there. There we go. And then I can take it off. Jeez. They are not going to make anything easy for me, are they? Okay, do we want to go that route? Ah, man, I kind of do, but I kind of don't. I like the way it looks, actually. That's not too bad. Make it really heavy in the front. is all that's going to do. Make it really heavy. So let's do the exact same thing here on the side. We'll go ahead and get these other blocks here and put that on there. Do we want a couple more? I think we do. We'll go with a couple more, guys, just to kind of set up the frame here. Now, normally, I do like to find the blocks myself, but when I have the extra money and we know what we want and we know what we're looking for, having those things in place, as you can see before, when we were running into all those troubles of not having it where we wanted it, yeah, it's. I think it's a little bit better to have this stuff. So let's go ahead and put this in there. I did leave some space in there. Now, on a lot of my episodes lately, you guys were letting me know I did have some of these big blocks, these big batteries, that I completely and totally spaced on. I put it somewhere deep inside my base, or my bot here, and I was like, okay, yeah, they're gone out of my memory. And you guys like, well, just transfer those back and forth. That's going to give you so much more energy, so much faster. I do know that. I just completely forgot that I even had them. Okay, so you guys are good over here. I think I'm going to have to hide these pieces, though. So let's see. If I put those here and another one over here. Actually, I want them both facing the same way just for, you know, aesthetic reasons. So the front, I think, is looking pretty good. I don't think I need to mess around with the front anymore. I will sell this. Actually, no. Does that go underneath? I think that went underneath. Yeah, it did. So let's put this wheel back on. Right where it needs to be. The same thing for this wheel. Let's go ahead and put that back on before we forget. I think that's lined up. Oh, man, look at the lag we're getting on that one. Get out of build mode. That's what's causing that. You can see it's already picking up those pieces right there because of these receivers are within range of it. And it's just going to keep going down the list or the row of conveyors until it gets there and sells. And that is exactly what I'm looking for. The fact that the wheels down here on the bottom are slightly higher means I can run over all these resources. In fact, if I move forward real quick, let's go ahead and destroy this stuff so I can get up there. But if I move forward real quick, you'll see that it will start picking up all of those resources and start selling it. Now, I'm not going to make anything off of the wood. The wood is some of the worst resources you can get for money making. The back, however, do I have enough room back here to do what I want? I can, I think, move this one. Is it right here or right here? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's no way I can make that even. Unless I move this thing back one more. But I'm not really ready to do that. I kind of like them exactly where they're at. I will eventually move them back, so I'm not too concerned. Yeah, that's going to look good right where it's at. Okay, so shields. Shields are not reaching this entire back piece, so we're going to have to put some more up here. Let's do that real quick, guys. I think I had a few left over, didn't I? Yeah, just a couple more. So let's put these right smack dab up here. Same thing for this one. Okay, so that is now covered, and I think it's grabbing everything up there. Yep, that is looking pretty good. Let's see, what about this side over here? Not quite covering everything. So I do need to grab maybe 4 more. So let's go ahead and grab those. We'll put these in here. We do need to buy them because I think we're completely out of them right now. No, not that one. This one? Oh, no. Okay, well, that is what I was talking about before. Taking things off of your bot that you were not trying to take off just because you're clicking through that little thing. It's kind of a little annoyance, but you'll get used to it, guys, and then you'll eventually decide to sometimes hate it, but it's really not that bad. So let's do 4 of these. I think that's 1 too many, or I should say 2 too many, but it's better to have more than less, I think, especially with the battery size that we have. Let's see, that needs to be moved up a couple, I think. Oh, yeah, look at that. It's already repairing some stuff. That tells us right off the bat it was not being covered the way it should be. So let's put that there. I would actually rather have more repair bubbles on my bot than shields. They seem to work better. The shields are nice, don't get me wrong, guys. They will block the damage to some extent, but it seems like if you can have repair bubbles, then any damage you take, as long as you have the energy to repair it, will almost immediately get done, especially with the GSO ones. Now, once you upgrade to like the Venture or the Geocore repair bubbles, the Geocore one is huge. I could probably put one smack dab in the middle of this bot, and it would cover the entire thing. Unfortunately, it takes a very long time to repair a block in that area. Not just because there's so much being repaired, but because it's just not as strong. It's just bigger. And so it's nice to fill in all the gaps. So where I have to put like extra ones of these in little tiny areas and maybe use a little bit more energy than I would like, with theirs, I don't really have the choice of surviving a big battle, a big encounter with the geocore pieces. So yeah, I don't really like using them if I don't have to. Now I do need some here in the middle, so let's go ahead and throw one, I guess, yeah, right next to that battery. I did have one there before, and we ended up moving it, so let's move this over here for now. We have a repair bubble, so we need a shield, so let's put that smack dab in the middle. And that is looking pretty good, guys. Actually, that is looking beautiful. Is that where I want it? No, I want it down one. So let's put it right there. And I think that's looking good, because I do want that bottom layer as batteries. So that is going to remind me to put that down there. Do I need anything else? I don't think so. So while we were here, we do want our pieces that we're leaving behind to be protected. So we'll put a few more pieces over here. Probably should take those with me, but I'm not going to. I don't want to drag any more things along than I absolutely have to. Let's see. Okay, so that is all good. I think all we need to do is find a place for the base pieces. These pieces over here. We'll go ahead and attach them up here on the top. I don't like the way that looks, so we're going to attach those somewhere else. We'll leave these things here for now. Maybe we'll make a venture bot out of that at some point. Where am I going to put these? Right here? Yeah, right there. Unbelievable. That's not the one I was looking for. And we'll put that one there. Kind of just stuck in there. A little bit better if I stick it over there, maybe. Can I see what I'm doing? Yeah, I can still see what's going on. Battery-wise, we're going to go ahead and take some of these over here. Can we stick them underneath? Not really. So we can't stick them underneath. We'll go ahead and put them right here in the corner. The batteries, on the other hand, are fairly easy to put in here because they do stack on top of one another. I do like having more than one of the solar panels because it helps to charge up so much quicker. It is a thing for me, guys. I don't really like sitting there for too long if I don't have to, especially when you get into these big fights with the invaders. If you have the wireless chargers and you have a whole bunch of those solar panels, you can sit there and actually charge up while you're in the fight, and you might actually win because of that. In fact, most of the time you will win because of that. So let's go ahead and charge these guys up to the full extent that we can. And then we're going to go out and fight for a few minutes before we end this episode. I don't want to do just a pure building episode without any fighting. Hopefully you guys were able to sit through all this. You can see just how long it can take. Oh, that, of course, I took down all my solar reactors, so I wasn't doing anything by doing that. Unbelievable. Okay, well, we're gonna make do with what we got. So let's put those there, and we'll take off here. Let's go ahead and sell this little wheel right here. I don't need that, just in case I die. I don't think I'll be able to buy a full, bot like this with the 16,000 I have. But if I'm lucky, if I'm supremely lucky, I'll be able to make more money while I'm out here and be able to do some of the quests. And the quests are what I'm after. I want to level this thing up as soon as possible. So we're at 2 on that one, 2 on this one, almost to 3 on the GSO ones, and those are the most important ones. So let's come out here. Again, we haven't gotten our SCU, and I don't know what quest we have to do in what order to get those. If you guys know for sure, if you're saying, oh, it's the harvestable ones, those are the ones you need to do first before we can get the SCU, let me know. I've done them before in the past. I can't remember the order. They've changed it around so many times, and we're getting attacked from the back here. I don't think you're going to have a good day back there, my little friend. I have weapons in the back. I am not a vulnerable little dude like you might think I am. And you guys up here, super boss for you epic. He wasn't that super, but he was kind of fun to watch being blown up. Now, there are some weapons in there. I'm going to leave them there for now. I'm not going to sit there and try to pick all those up. Let's go ahead and put on our... I was going to say we can use our fans, but I think they're already going. Yeah, you can hear them going there in the background. Not too shabby. They are working pretty well. Let's zoom out here. We got some stuff up there in the distance. Find enemy tech group. So that's what we're going after right there. And we're going to definitely snag any of these like green crystals over here. Because it says crystal harvest. That's what we're looking for. And these are crystals. And they give us a great deal of money. Now, if you refine these, you're going to get even more money out of them. But we don't have the refinery yet. And, you know, even if we did, I don't know if we'd be able to find a place to really put it to kind of work, because you need one side to feed it and the other side to let it come out. And we might be able to make that work. I think we probably could if we sat there and redesigned that inside, but it's not the most efficient size for a base on the inside. There's very, very little room to work in there, and I want to expand that. Maybe not sideways, but straight back. Straight back would be perfect. This thing is kind of a quarter, maybe 1/3 of the length that I will eventually want it to be. Wow, did we completely destroy that with like nothing on it? Like nothing came out of that. Unbelievable. That's kind of strange. I'm not really sure I like that too much. Well, let's come over here and see if we can snag these. 13 crystals, harvest it. We need a lot more than that, guys. We need a lot more. Come on. Are these not counting for crystals? I thought they would. I thought these things were crystals. What would they be considered? Just ore, maybe? I don't know. We can definitely get some of those green ones. I think those are... I hate to say definitely, because now I'm not sure. Now I'm doubting myself, because I thought these things were 13 still. 5 out of the other ones. Yeah, these things are not counting for it. They are destroying it, though, slowly. Very, very slowly. Dang, man, they use so much more hit points on these things than ever before. Alright, let's come over here and destroy these guys real quick. Then we'll go over there and snag that thing. It's so close to us. You're gonna die, my little friend. You have no hit points. None. None. Oh, man. Do I take your stuff? No. No, I'm not gonna take your stuff. I don't really need any of your stuff right now. We bought everything we could possibly want. Are you not dead yet? There you go. Yeah, my little... Oh, yeah. Enemies destroyed. Mission complete. What did it give me? Nothing? A little buzzsaw, maybe. I've never really used that one. I put it on some bots before just to try it out. It doesn't seem to work very well for what I do. I think what you could do with melee weapons is if you create the right design, and it would really have to be a bot designed just for melee, you could ram into another one. The problem I always ran into is if you start attacking an invader and he has shields and repair bubbles, and you have shields and repair bubbles, your shields and his shields, your repair bubbles and their repair bubbles mixed together, and you start using your energy to repair the damage you're doing with the melee weapons, he starts using his energy to repair you for whatever damage he's doing, and in the end you drain each other's shields to the point where now neither one of you has shields or repair bubbles, and whoever can do the most damage the fastest in that situation usually ends up winning. And it's usually not you, because the melee weapons, albeit are not too bad, are not usually as good as the megaton cannon. So I guess if you're using them by themselves, it's not going to work out for you. If you're using them with in conjunction of the two, still not going to work out for you, because you're almost better off just using the ranged attacks than you are for the melee ones. But let me know what you guys think. Maybe you have found a really, really good design on that one that works. That seemed to be like a wireless charger in there. There was a wireless charger in there, wasn't there? Oh, man, I can't believe we might have lost a wireless charger. Oh, did we? Because I think we did. I'm going to have to go back and kick myself, am I? Oh, I'm going to go back and watch that video and then be like, I can't believe we did. That's why I didn't want so many of the megaton cannons on the front. You can never tell what is there and what isn't, and what's going to survive that fight. It's almost nothing. Nothing ever survives megatons. And that's a good reason to have them if you're not too worried about it. But I'm always worried about it. I always want it. What is this? This is a silo. I'm not a real big fan of silos, but we'll take one with us just so we can say we have it. The problem I have with silos... What is this? Oh, that's tractor pad. Yeah, the problem I have with silos is just the fact that once you put stuff on it, you can't really take stuff off of it. It doesn't... Well, you can yourself, but you can't do it automatic. And I would love the fact of being able to turn them on and off, which means I'd be able to click on them and say turn on. They'd fill up with resources, and it would be even nicer. But I'm not asking for it. But it'd be even nicer if I could designate what type of resources. Say I just want Olite jelly, or I just want unrefined materials, or whatever the case may be. Those are what I'm looking for, and it stocks up on those as I get it, and then I could just click on it and say, okay, now go ahead and release that into the conveyor belts that you're already connected to. That's how you got them in the first place, and then I can start using them for what I wanted to in the first place. But you don't get that option. You have to literally go in there and do it manually, and that kind of sucks quite a bit. And I just don't like them for that one reason, just because it costs me more time and effort than if I just don't put them on there. If I don't put them on there, I can just keep them on the conveyor belts moving around in circles until I decide I want to use them, or I can even put them on a tractor pad, and that seems to be a little bit easier getting them off as well. Maybe I'm just using them wrong. That's how I like to believe it when I'm doing something I'm not supposed to, or I'm not quite figuring out how it's supposed to be, is I'm just doing it wrong. Because I hate to blame it on a game and then be like, oh, yeah, I was giving them a hard time about it, and now I figured it out, and this is what you got to do. But sometimes it is going to be the game. Sometimes, like, it is a game still in development. So they're going to make mistakes. They're going to do... Why am I not getting any credit for any of the jelly harvest or the crystals? These are crystals. I could have swore, unless they just need to be refined, but that doesn't make any sense, because we've done this quest before without refining any of this stuff. I don't know. Either way, oh my god, did we just destroy that guy in one shot? We just one-shot at these dudes. Unbelievable. Oh my god, this guy is uber. We're gonna be hard to kill, guys. We're gonna be very, very hard to kill. You're still alive. There we go. Mission complete. We got a giant one of these. Let's see if we can find a spot to put it up here rather than a little tiny one. We got some small girders here, and we got the plasma ones. I really wish we could take some of these with us in an SCU, because I do want to play around with them. What do we got over here? Something in this direction? I think we're going to go a little bit longer on this episode. Hopefully you guys don't mind. You had to sit through quite a bit of buildings, so you kind of deserve to see a little bit more. I think we're going to stop once our batteries run out. I'll wait until it's sun up, charge them back up, and we'll start another episode there, so you guys don't have to watch the recharging. Although I don't see our shields dropping anytime soon because of the enemy. I see them just dropping because they're using too much power to power up all the bubbles we have going on here. And I kind of like the design of it, looking like ice cream scoops. So, it'd be cool if we could change the color of them. Or I always had the idea of making them transparent when they're not being used. Slowly start fading more and more and more until you can't really even see them there, but maybe a little tiny shadow. And then immediately upon being hit or having to charge back up, that's when you get to see all the stuff that's going on there. That way, it kind of lowers the rendering that needs to be going on, and you get to see the full effect of what you have. Those things do kind of obscure what the design of your bot is, and in this situation, not really that big of a deal. But when I have done, like the SpongeBob SquarePants house and some of the other stuff like that, I think there's a base out there that's not mine, so we're going to definitely snag that. But guys, I think we're going to go ahead and end the episode here, because my shields are about to fail here, and I don't want to go up there, take that guy on just yet. I also want to be very, very careful when taking that base in, because I want what's on that base and I want it intact. So I think what I'll end up doing is attacking it on the side here, so that my megaton cannons maybe, I know they can turn, but I'm hoping they won't turn too much and too many of them will attack. We will have to see, though. I think we will have to see if that works out or not. As always, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. I'm AC Gamer, and I will definitely catch you next time. Hey guys, and welcome to the disembodied voice of AC Gamer. We are definitely going to be doing a lot more series in the future, but here are a few of them that you guys might find interesting. Of course, you're more than welcome to check them out. I would love to hear your comments. Again, if you do enjoy these videos, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. It's definitely the indicator that I use to tell if you guys want to see more videos like that. of that particular game style, of that series in the long run. So when you guys leave comments down, it helps me decide whether we should keep doing it, as well as whether you want to see games like that in the future. And here are a few of them right here. I kind of picked out a few of different genres. We will be doing spotlights for other YouTubers in the future. So if you want to get a little shout out, definitely let me know. If you group with me, chances are you will get a shout out in here eventually. But for now, these are just 4 series that I have that I feel like could use a little bit more attention and that you guys might actually enjoy as well. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we will definitely catch you all next time.